A lot of us have grown up in Christian environments and particularly leadership settings where we just don't talk openly about sexual issues. And so people have a lot of secrets, they have a lot of shame. How do you change that so leaders feel invited to talk openly and appropriately about sexual struggles and issues? Well, it really does begin with leadership. I mean, somebody's got to step in and say, hey, we need to change this culture. We see too many people who feel alienated and isolated and have nowhere to go to ask their questions or to seek help. And so we want to make the statement that this is a place where we realize people could struggle, and we offer encouragement and biblical support and help when there's a struggle. That can really just change that dynamic even by making that statement. But I think, again, we've got to put actions behind those words. So some of the things that you can do is you can use language not like you or the world out there is struggling, but there's a spiritual battle of sexuality within us that Satan would love for us to fall into sexual sin or to keep us locked in shame. And so we want to include ourselves even in the messages that we share with other people. Another suggestion is you can provide your leaders for opportunity with ongoing growth in these areas. So for example, some churches will give every Christian leader a fund that they can use to go to a retreat. And if they're married, it might be a marriage retreat, or if they're single or just struggling with something, it might be a different kind of spiritual growth retreat. There are churches who are having their pastoral leadership and their leadership team going through books like Rethinking Sexuality. They're talking about sexual issues so that they're opening up the conversation. And I actually have seen some church culture shift as leaders have made it a priority, not just to say, hey, this is going to be a safe place to talk about these things, but providing the kind of resources and care and counseling that may be necessary for everyone in your congregation, including the leadership, to get the kind of help that they need to walk towards sexual integrity.